Hey, what's up everybody? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. Please do us a favor, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, hit that follow and like button if you're on Facebook. We put out lots of different videos here on our homestead, and we'd appreciate y'all following along with us. So today's video is going to be about our pool deck. It's almost springtime. We usually this time of year we put out pool videos, and every time we do, people see our deck and they have questions. So I'm going to try to answer some of those questions right now. If I miss one, leave it in the comments. We'll be happy to answer it for you. Obviously this deck is already built. We're just going to go around it, kind of show you what we did, some things we might do different, stuff like that. So guys, first of all, this is a Coleman steel frame Vista series pool. We have a lot of videos on our pool and maintenance and a lot of stuff. I'll leave a link up right now to our pool playlist. If you're interested in any of those videos, go check them out. Lots of information there. So this deck we built in, I guess it would be 2 years ago, about this time, right as the pandemic was firing off. So we were able to get the lumber back pre-pandemic prices, which was great. I can't imagine, I don't know what it cost then to build it. I really can't give you a number, and lumber prices are so fluctuating right now. You're just gonna have to do the calculations and kind of estimate it yourself if you want to do something similar. It's the platform up here is roughly 12 feet by 12 feet. And the top of the deck is roughly about a little less than 5 foot tall. These are made out of 2x6s. The deck part is made out of 2x6s, just regular 2x6s that you buy at Home Depot. That's where we bought them at. You can buy the thinner ones that are made more for decks. At the time, there wasn't much price difference, so I just went with a true, it's not a true 2x4 or 2x6, but a 2x6 from Home Depot. And then we have 4x4 posts. Those posts are in the ground about 2.5 feet. It needs to be mentioned that I am not a carpenter. I've built lots of stuff, built our shop right there, but I'm not a carpenter. So a carpenter could probably come out to this deck and pick it apart and show me a lot of things I did wrong. That's fine, it works. We've had probably 6 grown-ups and probably 8 kids up on this multiple times, no issues. So, but you can tell here, like this right here, I just made that work. I'm sure that a carpenter could have made that a little bit prettier, but like I said, it works, it gets the job done. So guys, I would definitely say I would recommend 12 foot by 12 foot is the minimum I would go if you have a few kids and want to have people over. This deck right here behind me was an existing deck that was on this house. We did some work to it and got it a little bit better shape. And then as you can tell, we tied the stringer down in and made a little catwalk right there and then into that existing deck. And we have a fire pit down there, and we have a table that we can fold out. And I would highly recommend going as big as you possibly can, or possibly doing a second area like that. when the kids, you know, when you have another family over that has 2 or 3 kids also, and the kids are up here and they're running and jumping in the pool and splashing, it's almost impossible to be up here on this deck and not, you know, be in their way or be getting splashed all on. And when you're trying to talk to friends and stuff, it's difficult. So most of the time, when we do have people over, the parents end up hanging out down there, and then the kids have this free to run and splash and jump and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would definitely go big rather than small. So I was a little intimidated about cutting those stringers for the stairs right there. If you look online, there's calculations, and it's very, very difficult. And for as high as our deck was, they didn't sell them at Home Depot. So I have a solution that made it super simple to cut that stringer, and I made a video about it. I'll leave an iCard up right now. Go check it out. Not that hard at all. Just have to think outside the box a little bit. Definitely do handrails and rails all the way around for sure. You don't want somebody falling off and hurting themselves. One thing that we did, and people have noticed on other videos, and there's a lot of controversy about it, is our deck is above our pool. I don't really have a reason for it other than I knew that the kids would be getting out of the pool. We don't have a ladder right now. Have a video coming out soon about a solution for that, so stay tuned for that. But I knew that the kids would probably be bypassing the ladder and they would be pushing up on the deck to get out of the pool. So my thought process was, if the deck's higher, they'll push up on the deck rather than on the edge of the pool and put strain on the pool. So the problem is my kids can pretty much get out of there, but my wife is right at 5 foot tall, and it's almost impossible for her to be able to get up out of there. So like I said, we got a solution for that coming, so look for that in another video. One thing that I would highly recommend doing is getting these lights. I just put these in a few weeks ago, and they are awesome. It lights up the entire area out here. I bought the lights, and there's a cable that, I don't know if you can see it. I bought the light kit, the 2 strands. I think they're 48 foot long each, and then I bought those, and then I bought the cable and all the accessories in a separate kit. And super happy with those. I'd recommend having some kind of light when you're out here. You know, if you're out here in the evening, summertime, whatever, you know, it can be lit up where everybody can see really well. Really happy with those. All right, y'all. So one thing that I want to do is I want to enclose somehow underneath the deck and underneath this deck I'm standing on now. As you can tell, our chickens like to get underneath the deck, and right now it's not a big deal, but in the summertime they poop under there, and it attracts flies, and you're out here and flies and, you know, all that stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. So one thing I would like for y'all is drop me a comment and tell me how y'all would do it. This is my thought, is I was going to basically take 1x4s and stack them maybe like a 1x4, and then leave the width of another 1x4 open, and then put another 1x4, and so that there's a gap through there so you could see through it, but it would kind of enclose it and make it look more complete, and you know, keep the chickens out from underneath there as well. So y'all tell me what y'all think. You know, you could do lattice. I don't really like that look, but that's definitely the next thing deck related on my radar that I'm going to get done. A couple other things I would highly recommend. This is a fire pit. It's covered right now. That is awesome to have out here when you're out here hanging out, and some good outdoor furniture. That is another thing that we want to eventually get some really good, maybe like an outdoor like couch to go right here. Maybe something like that. Tell us what you think. What would you put out here? Right now we just have these chairs. They go with the table that's up here on top of the deck. We also have our umbrella down there. That umbrella, we can put it up here or take that table down and put it down there. And then we have some these real nice, they're like the rocker fold-out chairs that you can lay back in and sit out here in the sun. But we definitely like to get something for the lower deck down there that's a little more comfortable, a little more permanent for the fire pit area right there. Another must-have for your deck is flag holders. Got one on each corner. And I'll run my American flag and my Don't Tread on Me flag if we're going to be out here, you know, over the weekend hanging out and stuff. Another thing that I typically do is I'll bring my grill or my Blackstone griddle, whatever I feel like cooking with. I'll bring it out here and put it on the deck, usually right here or over here. They have covers for them. We typically keep them over under our carport, but it's nice to have them out here with me. So when I'm cooking, I'm out here with everybody, you know, not being over there away from them. So. So one other thing that we did that's a must is, you can tell we stained the deck. So we bought treated lumber, which is more expensive. I recommend treated lumber. And then we gave that treated lumber, I don't know, 6 or 8 months to for that treatment to dry a little bit, so that way the wood would absorb the stain. It took quite a bit. I think we bought 3 cans and used like 2.5, I think. And then up here on the middle of the deck where the kids get in and out of the water a lot, it's definitely starting to fade there. So I'm waiting to enclose the bottom, and then I'm gonna restain the top up there for sure, and then obviously have to stain whatever I enclose as well. Y'all, I hope maybe this gives y'all some ideas, kind of a starting point. Like I said, you know, a project like that for me was a little intimidating, but I just decided to take it on, and I highly recommend you to do that. It's doable. Just do your research. Make sure you have good tools. Make sure you have some help, things like that. I actually borrowed my cousin's tractor with an auger, PTO auger on it, and drilled the holes. If you have access to something like that, I would highly recommend it. I mean, it made, we were able to get those poles dug and set, you know, in a half a day versus probably several days of digging to get it done. So things like that make it easier. Having the right, you know, the right saws, having a good screw gun to screw in nails. I think I used 2 5-pound boxes of screws, and I make sure you use the exterior screws, and I use those on that deck. So having a good drill is a must. So y'all tell me what y'all did on your deck, what you would do different with mine, what's worked for you. Give me some tips. What are we missing out here to have a good time with the kids and hang out? This summer looking like gas prices are going to be off the charts. So we've already discussed we're going to be spending a lot of time here. If this video helps y'all or gives y'all some ideas, or you like it, like I said, please subscribe or follow and like. We do a lot of homesteading, a lot of stuff with our chickens and animals and our taxidermy business. If you're interested in stuff like that, stick around. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all again.